Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, can I offer the udhiyah on behalf of my deceased parents? So, in a more broad sense, can you offer a sacrifice on behalf of the deceased in general, not just according to the question, but not just one's parents? Can you offer a sacrifice on behalf of the deceased? Now, according to the Shafi'i school, this is not permitted. It is not permitted except if they give you their permission, or in the case of a deceased person, their written wasiyah, right? So you cannot sacrifice on anybody else's behalf unless they give you permission. And in the case of a deceased person, they had written a wasiyah, an instruction that the sacrifice be done on their behalf. Specifically, it is not permitted for anyone to make the sacrifice on behalf of another living person without his permission and without the permission in a bequest or wasiyah from a deceased person. If one did so, even someone who was unaware of the ruling, then the slaughter does not count for that deceased person or the one slaughtering, because this is an act of worship, and the default is that it is not permitted to perform an act of worship except in the presence of evidence. And this comes from Bushra al-Karim. So that's the Shafi'i ruling in that regard. Now, in light of this, one may ask, well, what about, spreading the reward, right? So when you offer a sacrifice, there is the talab, the request to perform that particular sacrifice, which is sunnah mu'akkada, that falls upon the shoulders of the entire household, the entire family. When one person offers that sacrifice, say a sheep, then that sheep counts for one person, which is the person who the sacrifice was being offered for. But at the same time, that sunnah mu'akkada request, right, that emphasized sunnah request, is lifted from the shoulders of the rest of the household. That's the one way in which the reward can be spread. Beyond that, there's also the dedication of reward. So when one offers the sacrifice, to then make the niyyah that, oh Allah, through this sacrifice, reward and bless my parents, my children, my extended family, and the ummah at large. And in this way, we can definitely still benefit our parents or family members who had passed on. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, when he sacrificed on behalf of Muhammad and on behalf of the Ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. So it's not that we will not be able to benefit them at all, but rather we follow the specific rule, and through that we can still allow everyone to benefit bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah.